over that, if we become the, you can say, the pharmacists become the main, you can say, the owner as well as the technical person, then that would be a very fruitful outcome that we are going to measure. So on that line, I'm just starting with the presentation on pharma entrepreneur, that how we can go ahead with the YDPS support to be a pharma entrepreneur as a gateway to be a Atmanirbhar pharmacist. Okay. So just to brief about, again, it has already been covered, but just to revise that YDPA is a registered organization association under the Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013, which is a no profit, no loss kind of association, and with the main aim of a pharmacist youth development. Now, what this YDPA consists of? So it has a main backbone of variety of the technical experts are there, who are having the skills and abilities and knowledge of a wide experience of the technical from the industry experts. Okay, and along with that, not only the knowledge that is available, along with that, there are having a team of the financiers who can support to any of the such projects. So that is what the main advantage, that it is consisting of the you can say either in the advisory or as a backbone of the YDPA. There are skilled, experienced professionals are there, and there are investors or the good linkages with the government and the approval bodies, or the knowledge is there. So that way YDPA is a very unique association. Just to let you know that who are the office bearers. Just a minute. Kunal sir, quick annotate करे if you can stop,
yes.
if you can stop the annotation.
No, it is option is available to you, sir. You can go to the option in the upper menu.
Yeah. Okay.
And stop the annotation. 3 dots are there in corner, so in that option is available.
Okay, just a minute. Okay. Just a minute. I think I need to stop and start again. Okay, so yeah, I have disabled these students. Okay, so these are the office bearers. As we already met Nitin Rawal, who is the chairman of the YDPA, plus the Nitin Rawal sir, Pinal Rawal sir, and Sachin Soni sir, who are the office bearers as vice president, general secretary, and vice secretary of the YDPA. In addition to this, YDPA has the team. Just a minute, some issues are there. In addition, there is an advisory committee members from the academic as well as the professional advisory body are there, having the professionals like chartered accountant as well as the infrastructure development team members are there. So and the IPR. So you can see that the YDP is well formed, and again there is a more and more members that are planned to be added into the advisory committee, so that almost all the area can be covered well. So these are just a brief mission and objective. I just listed in a brief. The details are available in the brochure that you have said you must have received. So the basic idea is to equip the young pharmacists with the right opportunity to support the for the building the pharma career, to provide the information and the training for the pharma professional development, also to provide a you can say a financial support for the sustainable growth, to assist in all the regulatory compliance which are required for the business startup and for the business progression, as well as to facilitate the smooth coordination, because there will be multiple partners and investors. So to have the coordination between them. So these are the main, you can see the objectives that YDPA has started up. I will be talking on the first project that has been proposed by the YDPA, which is a pharma manufacturing park. Okay, and that has came up, which is a very unique idea, which has been conceptualized by Nitin Rawal sir. So what that has been proposed plan is there will be one park, and there will be a manufacturing part whereby 40 units would be there, and majority would be a formulation units, and few can be API manufacturing units, and the major drug that are to be or a major formulation would be a life-saving drugs or the generic drugs which are in a more demand and which is required from the so you can say the people point of view in a manner that more demand is there and availability may be lesser. So to fulfill the requirement to make the medicine available at a cheaper rate and quality medicine can be produced. So started with the 40 units that has been proposed. Now just to have an idea that what are the prerequisite for any pharma unit to start. Okay, so there is some list of requirement that you must be knowing that if you just want to start up a new unit, manufacturing unit, what you need is you have to start with the land. You need an NANOC and title clearance. You need to have the building infrastructure set up as per the FDCA guidelines. You need to have the utility, which is electricity, or you can say the water, air connection, and the drainage and other things as per the government norms. You need to brought up into the all the plant machineries which are the GMP compliant, because if you are planning for sending to the say you want to do the export as well, you need to build up the things or set up the things which will be compliant accordingly. To arrange the finance, which is most important, because not necessary all the time only one or a group of people have all the necessary finance available, and different types of the license approvals and registration required, starting from say simpler FDCA license or manufacturing, from production, or you can say sale and warehouse, and so many title clearance that are required from the for the environment purpose, pollution, or so many things are there. So what the YDPA will do is they will assist you, they will help you throughout your journey of making the pharma unit. Because if you just think that just a fresh pharmacist, it is not possible for you or even me, if I am a fresh pharmacist, to have this good hand on all the different aspects. So if you are having some teams who is supporting, which is what the currently the role of consultants or those who are doing. So if you do that, if the support is available, then you can progress well easily. Now, what the YDPA is planning for, what is expectation from one pharma unit? There are 40 units that are being proposed, but what will be the one pharma unit? So one pharma unit will consist of main 4 pharmacists. Okay, so that's how, if you have seen the brochure also, it has been mentioned that you have to come up with a team of 4 pharmacists. So that can be your family, friends, or the others who are pharmacists in a nature, not just an investor, but the technical person as well. Now, why there is a need of 4 pharmacists? Okay, so if you just observe closely the logo of YDPA which has been prepared, it is in line with that. If you say the one person, one pharmacist is required to head the production area, who will be managing it well. Okay, one would be requiring for all the documentation part, all the regulatory compliance and other thing. One pharmacist would be heading up the quality control department, and one pharmacist would be heading up the quality assurance department. So these are the 4 major sections of any of the pharma unit which is required nowadays. And if there are 4 people who are the partner in a unit and having the equal stake, if they each can manage one portfolio properly, then combinedly they will make the one pharma manufacturing unit together, and there will be a good successful company progression that has been expected. Coming to the financial part of how to start. Okay, now why we should become a pharmapreneur and other things that has been already covered, but how to do that in a manufacturing unit. So currently what the Nitin Rawal sir has proposed is as per his experience of wide experience in the development of the you can say the pharmaceutical manufacturing unit, it has been expected that almost 4 crores to 5 crores are required to start up a simple manufacturing unit. Simple in a manner, not much costly, you can say, or a fancy products, which whereby more of regulatory compliance are required, but routine generic productions which are required. So 4 to 5 crores are required. And why it can be 4 crore or a minimum amount is possible for a unit is when you are going for a pharma park. So some of the common facilities, some of the common utility, whereby you can share the facility, and thereby you can reduce the product cost. Okay, so that project cost can be reduced to 4 crore. Now, how this 4 crore that has been planned to be brought into the account to start the company? So it has been planned that there are 4 pharmacists. Each pharmacist will come up with the equal stake of 15%, that is 36 lakhs, and there will be a one investor Okay, those will be say through the YDPA, they will be bringing them 96 lakhs. So in general, there will be total 2.4 crore investment done from the actual investment, or you can say the initial amount will be added. And if you go by the percentage share, which is or a stake, is 15% by each pharmacist and 40% by the investor, and remaining 1.6 crore, which is can be brought from the bank loan. Generally, the bank are investing up to 70% of any such new projects, and you need to bring up the 30% of the money. But in this project, the Nitin Rawal sir's group has proposed to bring in 60% money from the investors investment, and only 1.6 crore, that is 40%, is to be brought from the bank loan. It is an added advantage that it will be comparatively lesser liability, especially when you are going for the repayment of the loan, because whatever you take within 1 or 2 years, yeah, the cycle starts for the repayment. Okay, so at that time, if there are less investment from the bank is there, or you can say bank loan is there, then the repayment and everything would be, the liability would be comparatively lesser. So that is how this has been planned. So 36 lakhs by each pharmacist, 4 pharmacists, 96 lakhs by investor. That makes total 240 lakhs, or you can say 2.4 crores, and rest 1.4 crore from the bank, and that makes total 4 crore of unit. I hope this schematic diagram is or a picture diagram is very comfortable to understand what is being proposed to have. Okay, and if you go by the percentage investment, okay, what you need to do is out of the total project costs, you are going to invest only, as a pharmacist is going to invest only 9%. Okay, so for out of 4 crores, it is 36 lakhs, so less than 10%, that is 9% is investment. And by this 9% of investment that you are doing, you will be a owner with a 15% of the you can say partnership. Okay, so that is what the unique feature of this particular project, that you need to invest less and you will be partner with a 15%. Each pharmacist would be a partner of 15%. Okay, I hope this financial part which is clear. And now how this project is proposed to be progress, again it will be again detailed explanation will be given later on in a question answer session, if you are having any queries related to that, by Nitin also. But just as we know routinely that once this project will start, proposed to be in maybe in a January 2021, it has been proposed to start. Okay, so by that way we expect that you be ready with your all the funding requirement, and the legal documentation and other things can be done. So starting with the land acquisition and infrastructure setup, followed by the procuring the pharma machineries and utility installment and all that things. Then by that time all the compliance registrations or approvals will be obtained. Once everything will start, that may take around 1 to 2 years or so. Okay, to set up everything as a pharma park build up and everything. Then the preliminary batches will start with a validation and stability studies which is required. And once everything is set up, is ready, the dossiers will be prepared to get certified with the WHO GMP or the other countries GMP, so that once you start manufacturing, you are also ready with the license to export and other things. And later on the manufacturing would start. So it will take around say 3 to 5 years, so you can say in a progression to move on. And what is being planned as a academic advisory committee is in the initial phase, whereby the initial process are going on, and which is land acquisition or the installment part. There can be a parallel you can say the PGDM program that has been proposed, postgraduate diploma management, whereby it may be a kind of a weekend program, Saturday Sundays or so, so that you learn through the experts. So that will be taken care by the academic advisory body, that will arrange will frame a syllabus for you in a manner that what is the requirement, what is the gap. It will be a kind of a bridge course. Okay, so what you have studied in BPharm MPharm, or what is required from the industrial perspective as per the expert suggestion from the Nitin Rawal sir's team, that will putting up the syllabus, will inviting the expert from the industry, from the regulatory compliance like drug inspectors or the other regulatory bodies. They will brief you about what are the requirements, how you should proceed, and what are the government standards, and so that or even what are the how the dossiers are prepared, or how the stability studies are to be done. So all that things would be taken up as a special, with a special focus on actual real life issues. Okay, and even there can be a internship into the other small companies for a while, so that while your companies are getting ready, you visit the other companies through the YDPA support, and you learn the things. Okay, so that will helpful in your own company. So that is what the proposed project plan. Now, what will be a outcome of that? If you say that you are investing the things, and obviously your investment would be from your parents, but when you start with that, everyone will have the things that when I will start earning. Okay, so what the YDPA has planned is from the day one, the pharmacist is going to get the salary. Okay, so first year salary that has been monthly salary proposed is 20,000. Next year will be 35,000, then 45,000, 60,000. These are the per month salary. Okay, and then in the final fifth year, it has been proposed to have 75,000 per month salary, and from the sixth year onwards, that bar would be fixed as 75,000 salary, and then by that time we are expecting that the company will start coming into the profit. Okay, they are starting manufacturing, they will start selling of the products and so on, or even exporting. So the profit will come, and then they will be, as per the you can say the stake, the 15% of each pharmacist, they will get a 15% profit stake in that. Okay, so from the day one, you are going to, although there is investment from your side, but from the day one, you are getting the things back. Okay, so there will not be an issue that for till the time the company is starting manufacturing, you are not earning anything, or you are not taking any money home. Okay, and this is how it has been planned. So if you just compare the current situation, that if you are saying that you are starting for the job of after M Farm or after B Farm, you know that what is the current salary being offered to the any of the employee. Okay, and what is the progression maybe within 2 year, 3 year, or 4 year span. Okay, so if you just look at, or you can just compare, then over here you are getting a assured salary which is much higher than what the other employees are getting. And obviously throughout that part, okay, if you just see overall, if you count annually, okay, so 20,000 per month would be annually 2.4 lakhs. So in the first year 2.4 lakhs, second year 4.2, then it is increasing. In the fifth year it is 9 lakhs, and then every sixth year onwards, 9 lakhs is a fixed income plus 15% you can say profit. So you can just see that within first 5 years you are taking back 28.2 lakhs, and if you just consider 6 year, so by 6 year all your parents investment which has been done on your project will be returned back, and so it is we consider as a return on investment. And from that onwards, you are going to start your own you can say the building up your own asset. And meanwhile, you also have to remember that 15% asset share would be remaining on the units. Okay, so it is not like that only salary that you are getting. Any of the time you can say that you can claim as your owner of a 15% asset share. Okay, so that is an additional stake which is available, which is not you can say liquid asset with you, but you are also an owner of whatever the cost. So if you are saying it is a 4 crore or 5 crore investment is there, which will be you can say continuously investment will increase. Okay, so you will be remaining 15% owner of that share. Okay, so that's also more than 50 lakhs of the ownership you can consider as a rough idea. And this salary would be mentioned when this initial documentation or MOU, or you can say the signing will take place with the board resolution, that will be investor and what will be the board of the companies. And the thing, this will be clearly mentioned in that each investor as a pharmacist would get a salary with this you can say the ratio, which has been clearly mentioned by the YDPA. Now there is a question that someone would come up that if they cannot come up with a 36 lakhs as an initial investment which is required, and if you think that yes, you have all the risk taking ability, you have the technical knowledge, you have the interest to be a pharmapreneur, but only the problem is initial funding, initial amount which is required, which is 36 lakhs. So the YDB has also come up with a solution to that, but this solution is not applicable to all. It is only applicable to the person or a pharmacist whose family income is comparatively lower, and that will be decided by the professional team of the what the YDPA has. Okay, they will look into the family income and they will decide that whether this scheme is to be offered to that pharmacist or not. Okay, so the scheme is that you come up with a 12 lakh investment, and YDPA would provide a support to obtain the funding of remaining 24 lakhs from the bank on the basis of YDPA's residential facility. So that YDPA's residential facility will be a free of cost facility, will be given to the pharmacist, and they will be managing to get the amount that to be taken on from the loan from the bank in the terms of the loan or so. And what is the responsibility of the pharmacist is that because this that will be taken on the pharmacist name, the pharmacist has to do the repayment, okay, because he has came up with only 20 lakh rupees. So the regular installment, the bank installment, that is a loan repayment along with the interest, is to be done by the pharmacist on a monthly basis, the monthly installment to be paid off. Okay, and FIDP has already done a calculation or observe that generally the monthly installment would be easily manageable from the what the salary you are getting. It may be somewhat tough in the first year or maybe up to second year, but later on that installment amount will be lesser than what the salary you are having. So even if you are having only you can say just a 12 lakhs, so you can consider just a 3% of the investment from your side, and still you become a owner of 15% of the stake. Okay, so this is also a very unique feature, if I say from the business perspective, that in none of the business you will get such kind of the partnership whereby you come up with only 3% of the investment and you become a that is just 12 lakhs, and then you become a you can say the owner of 15% of the overall project. Okay, and this is but remember, this is applicable only if your family income is much lesser, and that will be evaluated, or that decision whether you are this scheme is applicable to you or not will be decided by the YDPA professional committee team. Okay, now so basically what the support that you are going to get from the YDPA as an association, or would be in addition to bringing the investor for you to invest the 96 lakhs in your unit. Okay, they will be managing and doing the arrangement for land acquisition, making up the building infrastructure to be get ready, procuring the pharmaceutical machineries and installing the pharmaceutical machineries. Okay, they will also look into the bank repayment responsibility. So in addition to the routine expense, so your salary as a pharmacist salary, the salary of the other employee, because the workers and the other people would be required, and they will be recruited on a regular interval as and when the company grows, or as and when there is a requirement. So their routine expense as well as the repayment responsibility, whatever is the 1.6 crore has been taken up, that repayment as a regular installment to be done, everything will be taken care by the YDPA. It will not be a responsibility of the pharmacist. Okay, the business development, the management, like which product to start, and you can say the further from where the API to be brought, from where the excipients to be brought, the and where to do the sale and other things. So they will be you as a you can say partner or company owner will be involved in all the decision making, but that will be supported by the YDPA team. They will also provide the training or support for the to become a pharma entrepreneur. That is, as I already mentioned, a bridge course, which is a postgraduate diploma management kind of a certificate course that we are planning for technical and regulatory skill development. In addition to that, YDPA also provide a residential facility on the campus on the pharma park, okay, near to that, which is approximately 30 lakhs, and it will be available to the pharmacists, each pharmacist at free. Of course, it is their own choice whether they want to stay into that facility or not, or they will do the up down, because obviously we know that the manufacturing unit will not be within the city. Okay, it will be over the periphery. So it is desirable that if the pharmacists stay over there, then they can have the 24/7 look onto their own unit, and as and when required they can visit the unit, because many of the unit may go 24/7 later on. Okay, so it is desirable they stay over there, but again it's up to the pharmacists. They want to stay at their home, then they have to do the up down by their own. Otherwise they can stay over there. So for staying purpose, they are providing this residential facility, which is completely free of cost. In addition to that, the IDPA would take care to take the term insurance of each pharmacist worth rupees 50 lakhs, which has been clearly mentioned by them. Okay, now what are the expectations from the pharmacists? So first and most important is you have to come up in a team, which is most preferred. If it is not possible, YDPA would make the similar other pharmacists to join to you to make a team, but it is preferred because you know your friends, the batchmates or the relatives, those who are pharmacists, to join with you and to become a you can say the partner with you. So generally, if you know the person, it is the partnership goes well, and there is a kind of a mutual understanding, and the things may be there rather than just joining with the completely new person. But if it doesn't work, the YDPA, because we are getting we'll be getting the applications, and we'll be looking to that. So if such things would not be available, then we'll be, say for example, someone are coming with a 2% and another are coming with the other two, then that 2 plus 2 can join as a 4. That is one thing. In this, I would suggest that especially you should also have a complementary skills. Okay, so complementary skill in a manner that one person can good in a production, one can good in a documentation, one good in a qa qc, or especially if you are doing mfarm, or if you are done with the mfarm, if they are from a different domain, then it would be better to grow more. Okay, because at the end it is your company. Okay, the second expectation is attitude to learn and develop the skill and the for the professional growth. Okay, so because ydp is there to support you, but at the end it is your own company. You are responsible for the growth or the loss or profit into the companies. Okay, so you have to understand that you should earn a skill to learn the things, to develop your skills, whatever whichever are required. Suppose, say for example, it has been thought to say it has been proposed by the ydpa that you should do some courses, or it is proposed by the ydpa that you go in this company and learn something. Say for example, take a training for 15 days or a 1 month or so and learn the documentation, then you should be ready to go there and learn the things, because it is eventually for your own company that you are learning. Okay, it is not for ydpa you are running. ydpa is supporting you to grow. Okay, the most important part I would say in entire project is the third part, that you have to understand this is an entrepreneurship. It means you are employee as well as owner. Many of the time the student come to me that I am ready to invest. Okay, it is not just ready to invest, it is ready to become an employer, you are ready to become an entrepreneur. Okay, there is a quite a difference between these two things. I have the money and I am investing and I become a boss and I will just order. It is not the case over here. You are the company owner, at the same time you are heading up any one of the area, either production, qa, qc, or regulatory. So you have to take a full responsibility of working, okay, as a manager, as a head. Okay, so you have to take a decision, you have to work with a quality aspect. Okay, because it is your own company. Okay, it is not that you are just boss and you are order and some other person will work on your behalf. Okay, it is not like that you invest and ydpa will work for you. ydpa is a body to support you. Okay, they are not going to work for you. Yes, they will be helping you in getting the things done, but at the end you are the one who will be working. Okay, you are the most responsible person because it is your company. That this thing should be most important. Another important thing is it is not a startup or an incubation for a innovative formulation that you are just doing an experiment for completely new type of product or things. Because we this project that has been planned with a in a manner that with the lowest possible investment, lowest and then much you can say the failure is not expected, otherwise the company may go into the loss also. Okay, so that has been thought in a manner that it has been well planned, and that to start with a generic. Yes, the innovation may come later on. Okay, like simple tablet to a bilayer tablet, or you can say some herbal or ayurvedic product can be added, but that is a lateral stage. Okay, so ydpa team would take a decision that which kind of and again they will not, it is not decision in a manner that something that has been say enforced in a manner, but it is based on the market survey, what is the market requirement. At the same time they will also think of, because the second project is on retail pharmacy, so that will be linked project. Okay, so whatever is you are manufacturing over here, that will be reaching to your store to get easily, you can say, sell out. Okay, so that is how it has been thought. So if you are trying up with a completely new ideas which may not have the market possibility, or whereby you need more of advertisement and other things to sell, so that may not be the thing. So you have to understand these two things very clearly. So it is just a business, it is that you are starting up with a manufacturing unit. And larger scale, once you get the you can say good experience into the system, good you can say development into the field, later on you can do the progression, later on you can take the decision accordingly, because it will be a joint decision. Okay, there
Yes,
must be a sense of belongingness. The most important thing is because it is your own pharma manufacturing. It should not be like that. Okay, ydpa is doing, let them do. They are having the major stake and I am having the lesser stake. I will not work or I will not give input. It should not be like that. Okay, so most important is this sense of belongingness. Just to give an idea, that suppose in the initial phase, suppose you are right now a student or you are in a final student and you have joined with this project. Okay, so it is obvious that in the first year or the span whereby the land acquisition or the building setup or the manufacturing setup is going on, you may not be require a full time over there and you are doing the study, that is okay. But it is your company, so at a regular interval or a weekend you should be there. Okay, to see how the progress is going, or how the things are getting installed, because that is also part of learning. Okay, and because you are a company owner, it is your responsibility to regularly visit, and or even whenever it is required. Let's say for example some legal document to be signed, so you also suppose you are doing a business or you are doing a job in the meantime in the initial phase, then you also have to take a leave, or from your study also you have to take 1 or 2 days leave and go to the say government office to do the legal formalities, all that thing. So you must have a sense of belongingness. It should not be like someone else is doing, I'll do at my time or my pace. It should not happen. Okay. uh, Remember, you have to head one of the area. Okay, so out of production, qa, qc, regulatory, and ideally it should be fixed from the day one. Okay, that which area that you are going to work. Okay, so that mindset should be very clear in your mind whenever you are coming up with a four as a team. Okay, so later on that shouldn't be a conflict, and you should be say, and no one knows everything from day one, but for idpa is there to support you for each step. Okay, if you are opting for production, if you are opting for qa, or if you are opting for qc, or you are opting for regulatory, accordingly the knowledge, skill, training would be provided by the ydpa. Okay, so that should be there. And most important thing is you need you need to show the coordination with other partners. They are pharmacies as well as the interest investor. Okay, so in many of the time it may happen that pharmacist may not be your known person at the start. Okay, if you are not coming up with a team on four, but you have to develop a relationship because they are going to be a partner for a long duration. Okay, so you should develop that kind of a skill to have the coordination with them. Okay, so at the end, I will just say that the future goal of the YDPA is to have the phase-wise development which has been planned. Okay, 40 units that has been planned in each phase. So maybe 2 or 3 phase may be started in the next year, whereby in each phase, 40 into 4, that is, there will be a requirement of 160 pharmacists. So I would say the 160 pharmacists would become an entrepreneur. Okay, so 160 pharmacists would start their own business, I would say, in that manner. And initially with the Ahmedabad, and later on with the Vadodara region that has been thought of, and later on as the project goes on, more and more units would be started, like every 80 units, or you can say 2 different phases every year, which has been planned by the YDBA, which is what a goal is. So on a larger scale, we are expecting a change or evolutionary change, that now there will be more of the technical owners into the pharma, and more of a pharma entrepreneurs who will be offering the jobs to the others. Okay, who will be offering the jobs to the others, and they will be a pharma owner. That is what the main idea behind the entire project. Okay, so this is just a picture, a diagram of, or you must have observed under the brochure as well. Okay, so that's all from my side. Thank you very much for listening. We'll take up the question answer session after the second project, which has been explained by Kunal sir later on. Okay, and then I'll keep it open for the question answer. But and meanwhile, if you have any question, just note it down. We'll be taking it. But I hope the entire picture is clear. And now I am handing over the mic to the Kunal Patel sir, who is Vice President into the Academic Advisory Committee, and who will be talking about the retail pharmacy, which is the second project of the uh, YDPA. Over to you, Kunal sir.
Thank you very much, Dev.